obviously, good defensive effort for us for the most part. And we've been really trying to focus on our defensive starts. So that's been good. Thought offensively it was one of our more intelligent all-around offensive performances. I thought we did, a good job of handling their switches, and different groups had different puzzles to solve, but I thought they did a good job of working through it. So, but hopefully, we got to keep stacking them on top of each other. So,
who stood out to you most on the offensive end?
A lot of different guys. I mean, I thought, of course, Nas, was really good, gave us a spark. The whole bench, Nas, Dante, and Nickeil played really well, really, really well. I thought for the most part, also Julius did a really good job against a lot of switches. Commanding a lot of attention there, and then either getting fouled or making the right kick out. So.
Chris, Dante it seemed like he had a lot of really smart hit-ahead passes to get you going in transition. Just what did you see from him in the overall playmaking mode there and kind of creating things for others?
Yeah, he did a really good job of kind of like igniting our break. We've been emphasizing trying to kick ahead more, throw the pass wide, change the angle of the floor, all that. He did a really good job of getting off of it. He and Nickeil connected on a couple. His decision-making was really good tonight, just getting off of it quick and finding the open guy and moving it.
In the early going, shots weren't falling for anyone.
Yeah.
Is that kind of another sign that your defense is coming around because of the teeth that you had on that end early? You were still able to get a little bit of a lead there?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. I think we've been preaching it. The guys have been a little bit too concerned about offense, not enough about defense. The offense is going to come back around individually and collectively. Guys did a really good job of just kind of executing the game plan. There's some tricky matches out there, so they did a good job of working through that.
The lineup to open the second and fourth quarters, it got disrupted for a few games when Mike was out.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that they're really starting to hit their stride right now?
It looks like it. It looks like it. They play really well together. They face less switching. Usually when Rudy on the floor, you face a little less switching, so you can get to a little bit more of the things we like to do. So, so looks like it.
With Nickeil, what are you just seeing in terms of consistency from him? I know that's kind of been a thing in the past, is a little bit up and down, but it just seems like night after night he's giving you a lot of the same things.
Yeah, he's probably been our most consistent performer in a lot of ways this year. It's confidence, and it's composure, and it's kind of playing on an even keel, not too high, not too low emotionally, getting on to the next play right away, competing he does all the time, and just staying ready, and he's really, really good when he's kind of off the ball ready and to make shots or to attack a closeout or make another play for somebody else.
Last year, playmaking from different spots inside the perimeter was a little bit more of a committee task. What does it do for you this year to have a higher usage guy like Julius who's commanding all that attention and spraying out to open guys?
Yeah, it definitely he gives us a playmaker, in the post, at the top of the floor, at the elbow, and we're still trying to figure out some of the kind of the nuances and the spacing around some of those things. He sometimes you don't know when it's coming, but it is coming. So it's just a lot of getting used to there. You can see Dante and him have a little better connection, of course, having played together, so they kind of knows where Julius is trying to get to and moves accordingly. But yeah, it's huge for us. It's, I think it's something that we talked about coming into the season, and now we're getting to a place where we're a little more comfortable with it, but we still got to figure out the best ways to employ it.
Now that Mike seems fully healthy, having him again more or less be the floor general among your starters seems to make a difference just in terms of, his composure and what he's able to do.
Yeah.
For his play, too, doesn't it seem like the more engaged he is, the sharper he is, I guess? When he's not waiting for kickouts, he's not being off the ball necessarily.
Yeah, it's just so hard. It's hard to understate how important he is to us and everything we continue to do. He's best, and he has always been at his best when he's aggressive. Looking to go places with a purpose instead of just only trying to set people up or run the offense. We've asked him to be a little bit more aggressive in his first shift out there, because he comes out after 6 minutes. So if not, he may go half the game before he really starts to settle in. So
defensively, we talked a lot about kind of just decision making and eliminating some of that, but you talked a lot about ball contain as well. Where's that been the last couple of games here? Has that been improving?
I think our ball contain's been way better for sure. Our low man commitment is better. Our pick and roll defense is better. We still get beat on some sleepy plays here and there, back cuts along the baseline, that kind of stuff. We got to take care of a little bit better. Transition, at times comes and goes for us. I think it's matchup related oftentimes, but a lot of it I think get a little stronger all the time. So.
A night like tonight, like guys were just having fun playing basketball.
Well, it's fun when you win.
Tough, right? Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
After a tough stretch, how did you see the team kind of navigate
that,
and where are they at right now after
last week
or so?
I hope this is, again, the start of a good run for us, but it's up to us to keep doing it. Guys are in a good place mentally. I think there's a lot of things have been said in the locker room with great purpose and meaning, and guys have taken it to heart and still maintained a good camaraderie, good spirit, and positivity around all that.
Chris, it seems like you're hinting at the defense kind of making a turn, coming around the corner, and leveling up back towards the level it was at last year. You talked about before the game some things you'd like to see from the offense in this next chapter of the season. What would you like to see the defense do?
I still think we foul a little too much. I like to rebound the perimeter a little bit better. So many threes are taken in the game right now. Like you gotta check out on the perimeter. I think we're making a commitment to rebound, but everyone's flooding back to the glass. I think these are really important things right now with the way the game's played. We just talked about transition has to be better and a little bit more consistent. And then, being able to do different things at times, just game plan related. We're trying to keep it as simple as possible, but we're going to have to evolve.
Chris, considering you started with the Lakers and then you beat them tonight, you played 20 games.
Yeah.
Are you closer to where you want to be?
I don't think so. I think we got a lot of growth to do yet. I feel like this, we can get a better offensive chemistry for sure, no doubt about it. I do feel like we're headed in the right direction, but I do feel it's still a long way to go for us yet. So.
You appropriately heaped a lot of praise on AD before the game.
Yes.
You did about as good a job as you can do on him tonight, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's I thought Rudy did a really good job of just kind of not fouling him, staying down, not letting him have a lot of free throw attempts. And then Julius, with his physicality, was able to bother him. And also very pleased with the job that Nas did on LeBron out there. Did a really good job of just being solid and keeping things in front. So.
Being really good off the ball. Does that went behind your guys' decision to seemingly really lean into Dante as the point guy when it's those two out there without Mike?
No, I mean, I think we should let him share it. Some of it's maybe set play related, what we want to do. Nickeil's done a good job of advancing and getting us into stuff. They kind of go back and forth. I don't think we have I probably would like a little more Nickeil on the ball just so Dante could benefit. But Dante was really good with the ball tonight.
How is that process coming along? Like those two guys, obviously it's neither of their forte. They're stepping into something that maybe they're not as comfortable. It's not the best version of themselves. But how do you feel like they're growing into that and getting more comfortable with it on a game-to-game basis?
I think it's going extremely well. I think it's obviously Nickeil's been a bright spot for the entire season. They enjoy playing together. I know that. Even when they haven't made shots, I thought the connectivity between those two guys have been really, really good, offensively and defensively. So.